Sam gripped the steering wheel, the Oregon Coast Highway stretching endlessly before him. His 9-year-old daughter, Lily, sat silently in the passenger seat, her small hand clutching a faded photo of her mother, Clara, lost in a car crash 2 years ago. The salty ocean breeze slipped through the cracked window, but it couldn't lift the weight of their grief. Lily's eyes, usually bright, were dulled by memories of Clara's laughter. Sam glanced at her, his heart aching. They needed a break, a moment to breathe. Spotting a roadside diner, its neon sign flickering in the dusk, he pulled over. "Let's grab a snack, kiddo," he said softly. Lily nodded, still holding the photo. The diner was warm, with checkered floors and the scent of fresh coffee. Wooden booths creaked as they sat, the hum of quiet conversations filling the air. A jukebox played a faint tune, echoing Clara's favorite song. Sam's chest tightened, but he forced a smile for Lily. She opened the menu, her small fingers tracing the words. Then, her eyes widened, and she froze. "Daddy," she whispered, her voice trembling, "that waitress looks like Mom." Sam's breath caught. He turned, his gaze locking on a woman approaching their table. Her dark hair fell in familiar waves, her smile hesitant yet warm, with a dimple that stopped his heart. It was Clara, or her ghost. The world blurred as memories flooded back. How could this be? Clara was gone. Buried. Wasn't she? The waitress's eyes met his, and time stood still. Sam's heart pounded as the waitress neared, her notepad trembling in her hands. She looked so much like Clara, the same hazel eyes, the same gentle tilt of her head. Lily's whisper echoed in his mind, "That waitress looks like Mom." He blinked, half expecting the woman to vanish like a dream. But she was real, standing before them, her name tag reading Emma. Sam's throat tightened. Clara's middle name was Emma. Coincidence? His hands shook as he set down his coffee. "Hi, I'm Emma," she said, her voice soft, eerily familiar. "What can I get started for you?" Lily stared, clutching her mother's photo, her eyes wide with hope and confusion. Sam couldn't speak. The diner's chatter faded, leaving only the jukebox's faint melody. Emma's smile faltered, as if she sensed something. "Are you okay?" she asked, glancing between them. Sam forced words out. You look like someone I know." Emma's brow furrowed, but she nodded, jotting their order. As she walked away, Lily tugged Sam's sleeve. "Daddy, it's her. It's Mom." Sam shook his head, logic battling emotion. Clara died in that crash. He'd seen the wreckage, held her ring from the wreckage. Yet, Emma's every gesture, her laugh, her walk, mirrored Clara's. He watched her pour coffee at another table, her movements graceful, just like his wife's. Doubt crept in. What if? No, it was impossible. But Lily's hopeful gaze pierced him. "Can we talk to her, Daddy?" she pleaded. Sam hesitated, torn between protecting Lily and chasing this ghost. The diner felt smaller, the air thick with questions. He stood, resolve hardening. He needed answers, for Lily, for himself. Sam's legs felt heavy as he approached Emma, who was wiping down the counter. Lily trailed close, her small hand gripping his. The diner's warmth couldn't ease the chill in his spine. Emma looked up, her hazel eyes catching the light, just like Clara's did during their late-night talks. "Something wrong with the order?" she asked, her voice gentle but curious. Sam swallowed, his pulse racing. "No, it's your name. Emma. It was my wife's middle name." Emma's smile faded, replaced by a flicker of unease. "Oh," she said, glancing away. "That's a coincidence." Lily stepped forward, clutching Clara's photo. "You look like my mom," she blurted, her voice raw. Emma froze, her eyes locking on the photo. The diner's hum seemed to fade, the jukebox's tune now a distant hum. Can I see that? Emma asked, her hand trembling. Lily handed it over, and Emma's fingers brushed the image, Clara smiling on a beach, Lily in her arms. Emma's face paled. Where did you get this?" she whispered. Sam's heart lurched. "That's my wife, Clara. She died 2 years ago." Emma staggered, grabbing the counter for support. I don't understand," she stammered. "I've had dreams, a beach, a little girl." Her voice cracked, eyes wide with fear and recognition. Lily's gaze lit up. "That's me," she said, pointing to the photo. Sam's mind raced. Was this Clara? Amnesia? A cruel trick? Emma's breathing quickened, her eyes darting between them. "I don't know who I am," she admitted, barely audible. "I woke up in a hospital 2 years ago, no memories." Sam's world tilted. Could Clara be alive? Emma's words hung in the air, "I don't know who I am." Sam's mind reeled, torn between hope and disbelief. The diner's clatter faded, leaving only the thud of his heart. Lily's eyes sparkled with hope, still clutching the photo of Clara. Emma sank onto a stool, her face pale, hands trembling. 2 years ago, she began, I woke up in a hospital in Maine. No ID, no memories. They said I was found on a highway, injured. I've been Emma ever since. Sam stared, piecing it together. Clara's crash was in Washington, not Maine. Yet, Emma's story aligned too perfectly. You don't remember anything? He asked, voice hoarse. Emma shook her head. Flashes, a beach, a child's laugh, a man's voice. But nothing clear. Lily tugged Sam's arm. Daddy, that's us. The beach we went to with Mom. Sam's chest tightened. He remembered that day, Clara building sandcastles with Lily, her laughter echoing. He pulled out his phone, showing Emma a video, Clara singing to Lily. Emma's eyes widened, tears welling. That voice, it's in my dreams, she whispered. The diner's neon lights buzzed overhead, casting shadows on Emma's face, so like Clara's. Sam's logic fought his heart. The crash report said Clara died, he'd buried her. But had he? Doubt gnawed at him. Did you have anything with you? He asked. Emma nodded. Just a locket, no picture inside. Sam froze. Clara always wore a locket with Lily's photo. Can we see it? Lily pleaded. Emma hesitated, then nodded, reaching for her neck. The jukebox switched songs, Clara's favorite melody filling the air. Sam's breath caught. Fate was pulling them together, or tearing them apart. Emma's fingers fumbled with the chain around her neck, pulling a small silver locket free. Sam's heart raced, it was identical to Clara's, engraved with a tiny star. Lily gasped, her eyes wide. Mommy's locket, she cried, stepping closer. The diner's warm glow seemed to dim, all focus on the locket in Emma's trembling hand. I've had it since the hospital, Emma said, her voice shaky. It was all I had. She clicked it open, revealing an empty space where a photo once sat. Sam's mind flashed to Clara slipping Lily's picture inside, a keepsake she never removed. It had my picture, Lily whispered, tears brimming. Emma's brow furrowed, confusion deepening. I don't know why it's empty, she said, her eyes searching theirs for answers. Sam's voice cracked. Clara, my wife, wore that locket every day. If you're not her, how do you have it? Emma clutched the locket, her breathing uneven. I don't know, she repeated, almost pleading. The jukebox played on, its melody wrapping the moment in eerie familiarity. A coworker called Emma's name, but she waved them off, her gaze locked on Sam and Lily. I've felt lost, she admitted. Like I'm missing something, someone. Lily reached out, touching Emma's hand. It's us, Mommy. Emma flinched, tears spilling. Sam's logic crumbled. The crash report, the funeral, it all felt like a lie now. "We need to know," he said, resolute. "Will you come with us? To figure this out?" Emma hesitated, fear and hope warring in her eyes. The diner's clock ticked, marking the seconds of their fragile reunion. "Okay," she whispered finally. Outside, the Oregon dusk deepened, promising answers, or more heartbreak. Sam, Lily, and Emma stepped out of the diner into the cool Oregon evening, the neon sign buzzing behind them. Lily clung to Emma's hand, her small face alight with hope, while Sam's mind churned with questions. The locket, Emma's dreams, her uncanny resemblance to Clara, it was too much to dismiss. Yet, the crash report haunted him, Clara's car, burned beyond recognition. He'd held her wedding ring, or so he thought. Emma's voice broke his thoughts. "Where are we going?" she asked, her eyes nervous but trusting. "The police station," Sam said. "They'll have records, maybe answers." Lily looked up. "Will they tell us you're mommy?" Emma's smile was shaky, her hand brushing Lily's hair. The gesture was so like Clara's that Sam's chest ached. They piled into his car, the photo of Clara tucked in Lily's pocket. The drive was quiet, the ocean's roar faint through the windows. Emma stared out, clutching the locket. "I've always felt incomplete," she said softly. "Like I left something behind." Sam glanced at her, his heart torn. "Clara loved the ocean," he said. "She'd sing to Lily by the waves." Emma's eyes widened. "I hum a song sometimes. I don't know where it's from." She hummed, and Lily gasped, it was Clara's lullaby. Sam's hands tightened on the wheel. The police station loomed ahead, its lights stark against the dusk. Inside, they'd face the truth, was Emma Clara, or a stranger with her face? Lily's hope filled the car, but Sam braced for pain. The jukebox's melody lingered in his mind, tying them to a past that refused to stay buried. Whatever awaited, they'd face it together. The police station's fluorescent lights buzzed as Sam, Lily, and Emma sat across from Officer Daniels, a grizzled man with kind eyes. Sam explained everything, Clara's crash, Emma's resemblance, the locket. Lily placed Clara's photo on the desk, her small hands trembling. Emma's fingers grazed the locket, her face pale. Daniels frowned, pulling up files. "The crash was bad," he said. "Car burned, body unidentifiable. We used dental records, but," he paused, studying Emma. "You woke up in Maine, you say?" Emma nodded. "No ID, just this locket." Daniels leaned back, skeptical but curious. "We'll need a DNA test, but I'll check the crash report." He typed, then froze. "That's odd. The hospital in Maine reported an unidentified woman same day as the crash. Transferred from a Washington clinic." Sam's heart raced. Clara's crash was in Washington. Daniels printed a grainy photo from the Maine hospital, a woman, bandaged, unmistakably Clara. Emma gasped, touching her face as if seeing a ghost. Lily's eyes lit up. "It's Mommy." Sam's mind spun. Had Clara been misidentified? Sent across the country? "Why wasn't I told?" he demanded. Daniels sighed. "Paperwork mix-up, maybe. It happens." Emma's voice shook. "I had surgery, had trauma. They said I might never remember." Lily hugged her, tears falling. "You're here now." Daniels promised to expedite DNA tests, but Sam saw it in Emma's eyes, Clara's eyes, fear, hope, love. The station's clock ticked, marking their wait. Outside, the Oregon stars glittered, mirroring Lily's hope. Sam clutched Clara's ring in his pocket, its weight lighter now. The truth was close, but so was the risk of losing Clara again. They held on to each other, bound by a fragile thread of fate, the police station's waiting room was sterile, its silence heavy as Sam, Lily, and Emma sat on plastic chairs. Lily leaned against Emma, her small hand tracing the locket star engraving. Sam watched them, his heart caught between hope and dread. The DNA test would take hours, but Officer Daniels had promised to dig deeper into the crash records. Emma's eyes, so like Clara's, flickered with unease. "What if I'm not her?" she whispered. Lily's head shot up. "You are, Mommy. I know it." Sam's throat tightened. He wanted to believe, but the memory of Clara's funeral, her ring in his hand, gnawed at him. Daniels returned, holding a file. "Found something," he said. "The Washington clinic sent an unconscious woman to Maine for specialized care. No name, just Jane Doe. Matches your timeline, Emma." He showed a document with a blurred photo. Emma, bruised but alive, dated the day after Clara's crash. Sam's breath hitched. "So, Clara wasn't in the car?" Daniels shrugged. "Possible. The body was too burned to confirm without records, and dental ID was rushed." Emma's hands shook. "I remember, pain, then nothing. Just waking up lost." Lily hugged her tighter. "You found us now." Sam pulled out Clara's ring, its inscription, "Forever," gleaming. Emma's eyes widened. I know that," she said, voice breaking. "I see it in my dreams." The station's hum faded, the world narrowing to their fragile hope. Daniel's radio crackled, announcing preliminary DNA results. Sam's pulse raced. Was Emma Clara, stolen by a clerical error? Or a stranger tied to them by chance? The Oregon night pressed against the windows, stars whispering of second chances. They waited, hearts entwined, for the truth to set them free. The police station's clock ticked relentlessly as Sam, Lily, and Emma waited, the air thick with anticipation. Lily clung to Emma's arm, her eyes bright with unwavering belief. Sam's fingers traced Clara's ring, its inscription grounding him. Officer Daniels returned, holding a lab report, his face unreadable. "DNA results," he said, sitting across from them. Emma's breath caught, her hand squeezing Lily's. Sam leaned forward, heart pounding. "It's a match," Daniels said. "Emma, you're Clara Thompson." Lily gasped, throwing her arms around Emma. "Clara," sobbing with joy. "Mommy." Clara's eyes filled with tears, her memories still fractured but her heart recognizing Lily's warmth. Sam's world tilted, relief and love flooding him. "Clara," he whispered, voice breaking. She looked at him, her dimpled smile trembling. "Sam. I'm so sorry." Daniels explained, the crash's chaos led to a misidentification. Clara, severely injured, was airlifted to Maine as a Jane Doe, while another body was mistaken for hers. Clerical errors buried the truth, leaving Sam and Lily to grieve. Clara's amnesia kept her lost, building a new life as Emma. "But you found me," she said, touching Lily's cheek. Sam reached for her hand, the ring glinting between them. "We never stopped loving you." The station's harsh lights softened, their reunion a fragile miracle. Clara's memories were hazy, but her love for Sam and Lily shone through. Lily's voice had sparked it all. "Daddy, that waitress looks like Mom." Outside, the Oregon dawn broke, painting the sky gold. They stepped out, a family reborn, holding each other tightly. The past was broken, but the future gleamed with hope. Fate had woven their paths back together, proving love could defy even death. Sam, Lily, and Clara stood outside the police station, the Oregon sunrise casting golden light over them. Lily held Clara's hand, her smile brighter than it had been in years. Clara, still piecing together her fractured past, gazed at Sam, her eyes full of love and gratitude. "I don't remember everything," she said softly, "but I feel you both, here." She touched her heart. Sam nodded, slipping Clara's ring back onto her finger, its inscription, "Forever," sealing their bond. The weight of 2 years' grief lifted, replaced by fragile hope. Lily hugged them both, her laughter echoing like Clara's once did. The diner's neon sign flickered in the distance, where it all began with Lily's whisper, "Daddy, that waitress looks like Mom." They'd return there, not as strangers, but as a family. Clara's amnesia lingered, but Sam vowed to help her reclaim her memories, one moment at a time. They walked to the car, the ocean's murmur a soothing backdrop. "Can we go to the beach, Mommy?" Lily asked. Clara smiled, her dimple deepening. "Like we used to?" Sam's heart swelled. It was Clara, truly her. The road ahead wasn't simple, therapy, questions, healing, but they'd face it together. The Oregon coast stretched before them, its beauty a promise of new beginnings. Fate had torn them apart, but a child's love had brought them back. As they drove, the jukebox's melody played in Sam's mind, tying their past to this miracle. Dear friends, if this story touched your heart, give it a like and subscribe for more tales of hope and reunion. There's so much more to come.